ask you, Tehseen Poonawalla. Very clear from the Apple statement that has been put out, and the Apple statement clearly says that this has happened in 150 countries, and in fact the first line of the Apple statement says Apple does not attribute the threat notifications to any specific state-sponsored attacker. That is the Apple statement and first line of that statement. I've read to you the first line and the last line. One saying no specific state sponsor, and the last line saying 150 countries these notifications have been seen. So Tehseen Poonawalla, I want to ask you, is the opposition being less than responsible by straight away pointing fingers at the government? Mahua Moitra, first line, my government is snooping into my phone. Everybody, Rahul Gandhi, everybody talks about the government snooping into their phones. What do you have to hide, number one? And number two, Can you respond? Can you respond to the Apple statement and the facts presented by the company itself?
Namaskar, Narika. Thank you for having me on this show. And the Apple statement actually proves the point that the opposition is making, and I'm surprised, astounded, that I understand that Amit politically would take shelter under it, but an astute journalist like you are giving cover fire to the government because you always have the government on the mat. That statement, apart from not being signed by anybody in specific, very clearly says that this cannot be attributed to any state actor, which means that Apple's made a very generic statement. Apple's not come out specifically and said, look here, the Indian government is not involved. Now, let me go a little bit further because I'm involved in the technology business. First of all, these kinds of attacks are very, very complex, very, very sophisticated. They take a lot of resources. It cannot be done by cyber criminals. It cannot be done. It has to have some backing. So if it's not a government doing it, it definitely is B government. Now let's expose what Amit said point by point. Please allow me to. Let's expose what Amit said point by point.
Which is A government, which is B government? Can you please specify? Because I can tell you for 1 minute, Tehseen. I need specifics. You said A government or B government. What do they stand for? Can you tell me?
Exactly. I was exactly telling you that. But as usual, my flow is broken. Kindly allow me. In the Honorable Supreme Court, which Amit quoted on the Pegasus issue, this judgment of the Supreme Court says that the government of India did not cooperate. Did not cooperate. Number two, the affidavit filed in the Honorable Supreme Court on the Pegasus issue did not have a signature of anybody. The Supreme Court came down very heavily. Times Now reported it. What did the government have to hide?
Did Rahul Gandhi cooperate? Did Rahul Gandhi cooperate by giving his phone?
If you're going to interrupt me on every line, I will keep quiet because then your viewers understand that Amit's point has come across, not mine. So I'll keep quiet. You can let Sohail and Varis have the flow. Because when 2 points came out, please allow me to put the rest of the points. Now, can Amit please tell me, does the government of India have Pegasus? Yes or no? The government has refused to answer that question, a specific question you phrased, Navikaji. Number three, the Financial Times has disclosed in March that $16 million worth of contracts going up to $120 million of spyware are being sorted by India. This is your money, my money, Sohail's money, Varis's money, Amit's money, whether we agree or disagree with India. Yes or no? Those are the questions that we need an answer to. The next question that I would like to ask, at the end of the day, if this has not been done by the government of India, then it's obviously done by some hostile government. In both cases, residues of Pegasus were found in the citizen labs where those who submitted their phones did, except for the government cooperating. Will the government this time cooperate so people like Rahul Gandhi in your question can submit their phones? Because here is the problem. The government refuses to cooperate if they want people's devices. That is the issue.
How does the government not cooperate when the...
The Supreme Court said it in writing.
Well...
Has it not said it?
Well,
you... It said it in writing.
Well, you'll have to trust somebody, and the government is not the forensic analyst. And may I tell you, Tehseen Poonawalla, you and Congress party and the opposition think I put the government on the mat, yet they boycott me. And when you say I don't allow you to speak, well, that's exactly how you are making grounds to try and boycott me again.